Scott, what's the best idea you've had come from this tool?
Okay, so as you probably are very aware of, I do have an interest in wine. I know a little bit, but not a lot. I wouldn't say that I'm more than a beginner and get overwhelmed when you kind of go into the supermarket or wine lodges and you're like, where do you start? Grapes, where they're from, new world wines, old world wines. So I put a little bit of that into Idea Pilot about the context. I'm very interested in the wine world, but how can I create something that wasn't maybe snobby or pretentious, but was just proper? Like, I want a nice bottle of wine. I don't want to pay crazy money, and I want it to match what I'm maybe going to be eating, and then learn from it as well. So put all that in, and it came out with wine education micro course platform. So basically, and I'm just kind of going through the idea with you here because I think it's good to kind of share what it's telling me. Subscription video and interactive quizzes teaching you wine basics. Sounds good without the snobbery, featuring AI driven choose your own tasting, which I do know from wine. Like, you'll try something that you do like. There's one that's drier, there's one that's sweeter, there's one, there's ones that have different earthy kind of flavors, maybe ones that are older. There's so many different types of variations, but it's very interesting to then start kind of narrow down in the grapes that you do like. So this is saying that it's going to help you do that. Plus, it's also saying choose your own taste and matched on what's in your pantry as well. Fantastic. And then building a supportive community around it as well. So, and it's saying all I need to get started is webcam and Notion. So,
Wow.
low barrier to entry. And the pain point, most beginner wine drinkers feel intimidated by jargon heavy courses that cost hundreds of dollars and require formal tastings. Totally. I know that there's wine tastings, in Belfast and courses, but I'd like to learn a little bit before I would rock up to those. Um, and practice a little bit. Again, this is saying that this would be a low pressure environment for them to practice their tasting skills what they already have at home and ask the platform the dumb questions without any judgment. Sounds perfect. Opportunity, e-learning subscriptions and micro learning is booming. Totally. Wine content on TikTok, on YouTube. Market size $650 million, more than big enough for a bootstrapping business that I want to make profitable. And then the target customers, 4.5 million beginner wine enthusiasts in English speaking markets. Okay, and then what I like here, kind of the part two then, so it's kind of saying, here's what the idea is, here's the pain point and the opportunity, and then part two breaks down then into the solution. So here's what it's saying, key features for the MVP. Web app hosting 5 to 10 minute video lessons, instant feedback quizzes, and then an AI module that builds tasting flights based on what you do and you don't like. And it'll also learn what kind of food you like, and again, kind of learning your palate and what really makes you tick that way. Um, Bite-sized video lessons, short videos. Why does that matter? And this is what I love. It's showing why it matters. So it's like, I think it's very important and very concise. It fits busy schedules and it reduces intimidation by avoiding long lectures. That's
Perfect.
exactly what it's saying. I
Hmm.
really love that. Interactive quizzes and gamification. Why does it matter? It drives retention and provides tangible sense of progress. You don't have to go too far to see somebody that's using Duolingo. So maybe this is Duolingo for wine, basically, what it's saying
Yeah.
here to me. AI, choose your own tasting. So a module that builds tasting flights from pantry items that you can match, eliminates the barrier of buying specific wines. So it's basically saying, here's what you've already got, here's what you can try to go alongside it without having to go out and buy different cheeses and all sorts of things to get started. And then the community element and live Q&As. So bringing somebody on maybe from the vineyard, which, to talk about their wines and their processes and why does that matter. It creates accountability and supportive peer learning as well. And the final one, affiliate tasting kit links. So working with others that could, maybe be able to supply the wine as well. So that's great. After that, it's straight onto the go-to-market strategy, pre-launch audience build, TikTok and Reels, get your landing page going, and then partnering with wine influencers as well. Tell me what to do in the launch week, and then also then some of the tools that are building it, and then also it's given me a monetization strategy also. the pricing tiers, why people would pay for it, and then down at the bottom, are you ready to start building? Click now. So I just wanted to go through that to kind of say, here's the step by step guides of what an idea actually looks like. But it's all there: the pain, the opportunity. What's the solution? Why does it matter? What's your go to market? How are you getting in front of people? How are you launching it? And what kind of tools you're using as well. So I think that's pretty cool.
Awesome.